The world has been slowly, almost quietly, adjusting to the growing role of unmanned systems in warfare. For years, drones were something we associated with counter-terror operations. Predators and Reapers flying over Afghanistan, targeted strikes, remote warfare. But there was always an assumption. In a real war, against a real army, these wouldn't matter as much. Then came Ukraine, and the Bayraktar TB2. Suddenly, we weren't watching drones chase insurgents. We were watching unmanned aircraft striking armored columns, hitting air defense systems, targeting logistics, and when an aircraft starts destroying multi-million-dollar anti-air systems, people pay attention. But the TB2 is only part of the story, because what we've seen in Ukraine isn't just the success of one drone. It's the normalization of unmanned warfare, loitering munitions, hunting vehicles, recon drones guiding precision artillery, commercial quadcopters spotting targets in real time. And here's what makes this shift so uncomfortable. These systems are cheap, at least by military standards. A modern fighter jet costs tens of millions of dollars. A tank, several million. An advanced air defense system, sometimes more than that. A TB2, a fraction of that cost. And smaller drones, sometimes the price of a car, or less. This creates something dangerous. For decades, military power was measured in big platforms. How many tanks? How many jets? How many ships? But Ukraine has shown that smaller, cheaper systems can have a disproportionate impact. When a relatively inexpensive drone helps destroy a $25 million system, the math changes. It forces militaries to reconsider what value really means. Now, we should be careful. We don't yet have complete data. We don't know the full loss rates. We don't know how many drones were shot down. We don't know how electronic warfare shaped the results behind the scenes. But we know enough to say this. Drones have been effective enough to matter. Effective enough to change planning. Effective enough to influence procurement. Effective enough to challenge assumptions. And maybe the most important lesson isn't about the TB2 itself. It's about accessibility. If you're a middle power, Ukraine should give you hope, because unmanned systems offer a relatively affordable way to complicate the plans of a larger opponent. You don't need total air superiority. You don't need a massive fleet. You need enough drones, enough sensors, enough precision to make aggression expensive. But if you're just an ordinary person watching this unfold, there's something else to consider. These systems are getting cheaper. They're getting better. And they're spreading. What today requires state resources may tomorrow require far less. And that changes not just battlefields, but security itself. The Bayraktar TB2 may not be invincible. It may not dominate every conflict. It may face counters and limitations. But it represents something larger. A shift away from purely expensive, centralized platforms toward distributed, affordable, unmanned systems. And once warfare becomes affordable, it becomes harder to contain. The real story isn't just about one drone. It's about a future where cost no longer protects you. And that should make everyone pay attention. Still hear stories.